Controversy rocked Saskatchewan's educational and political worlds this year as the government scrambled to respond to hundreds of wildfires across the province. Here with us from Saskatoon is CTV's Mike Ciona. He's breaking down Saskatchewan's top stories of 2023. Thanks for doing this, Mike.
Hey, our pleasure.
So let's start with this $25 million civil suit against 24 former staff members at the Saskatoon's Legacy Christian Academy. That began in the summer in July. The suit and 4 separate criminal charges now are based on allegations of physical and sexual abuse, as well as controlling and abusive behavior on part of the school staff. 3 of 4 of the former school staff members charged have since pleaded guilty to those criminal charges. What's next?
Well, that's the real question right now. The big thing over the summer was, of course, to find out whether or not the civil suit would be registered and whether or not we needed to have a statement of defense from the 25 named plaintiffs, which include Mile 2 Church and as well the government of Saskatchewan. And so until we get that sorted out, we won't really know what's next. But this stems back decades, these allegations, and certainly it's something for us to keep watching as the calendar flips to 2024.
Yeah, the claimants in the civil suit, I understand, want the school permanently closed and for the court to ban more than 20 defendants from ever working with minors again. So how has the Saskatchewan government responded to the lawsuit and to the criminal charges?
Again, that's the big question, and we're still waiting. As you know, when it comes to any type of court proceedings, when it's before the courts, mum is the word off an awful lot of the time, and that's exactly where we're at right now, just waiting to see what exactly is the response and what happens next.
Yeah, moving on, after a record-long 4 days of budget meetings, Saskatoon City Council agreed to raise property taxes by 6% in 2024. This represents an increase of more than $10 a month for the average homeowner. It's an effort to reduce the city's revenue gap. It's the biggest property tax, so I understand, in a decade, biggest jump in a decade. How has the public reacted to this?
Well, I think everybody can guess just how happy the residents of Saskatoon are to see a tax increase like that. Not fond at all. If there is good news, the original shortfall was budgeting for nearly 20% had they not done anything. It was a long and arduous process. A lot of people not necessarily fond of the outcome, and certainly the process itself, as a lot of these things weren't necessarily canceled or cut, but just kind of deferred or put on to future budgetary I guess, deliberations into the future. So that's where we're at, and I guess 6% is better than 20, but still leaves a bit of a sour taste in many mouths out here.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we alluded to this off the top, and that it being the worst wildfire season ever recorded in Saskatchewan. 493 wildfires burned up more than 1.9 million hectares of land. How is the provincial government planning to address the problem of the coming fire season? Well,
that's another great question, Anne-Marie, and I think it boils down to this. Statistically, 55% of those fires were caused by humans. They're man-made fires, so that's a big problem. Obviously, there'll be some discussion about, you know, a little bit of safety, a little bit more of that prevention component of it. And then the other thing is drought. I mean, we've continued to see a very mild and precipitation-free early part of our winter and late fall here in the Canadian prairies, and so a lack of moisture is certainly a big problem. Just to put it into context for you, 1.9 million hectares is the size of fire that was burnt. Lake Ontario measures in at 1.89 million hectares. So we're talking about basically Lake Ontario burning up.
Unbelievable. It's great context. Hey, Mike, great to speak with you. Thanks for being with us here at Your Morning.
You bet. Have a great day.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.